What's up, my lady loves, and welcome to something very special on my channel. Since it is Halloween, I thought I'd be talking about some of the creepiest and scariest Pokemon there are out there in the Pokemon world. Welcome to my top 5 scary Pokemon. Alright, lights aside, guys, we're going to be taking a look at some of the scariest creepy Pokemon in the game according to Pokedex entries, or anything else that makes a Pokemon creepy, so let's go ahead and dive into this. Number 5. Number 5 is a Pokemon that's just creeped me out and gave me the willies ever since I was a little kid. I remember first evolving a certain Pokemon and just seeing this thing in my Pokemon inventory and I didn't understand. Number 5 is going to be Shedinja. Shedinja is basically the ghost hollow part that Ninjask sheds or whatever when it evolves. And man, oh my goodness, this Pokemon is creepy. But just wait until you hear the Pokedex entry. Shedinja's hard body doesn't move, not even a twitch. In fact, its body appears to be merely a hollow shell. It is believed that this Pokemon will steal the spirit of anybody peering into its hollow body from its back. So that Pokedex entry is from Ruby and Sapphire, and I mean, if this Pokemon wasn't creepy enough, if you take a gander at behind it, or even just get behind it and try to look at its little booty, it's gonna steal your soul. I mean, if that's not a scary Pokemon, I don't know what is. Number 4. Alright, number 4 is arguably the most scary of all of them, and the reason it's not higher up on my list is just because, I don't know, its design isn't really that threatening to me. Number 4 is going to be Lampent, and the reason that I put this Pokemon here is because, I mean, it's a ghost chandelier, right? It's not that menacing, right? Oh, it's not that scary. But just wait until you hear this thing's Pokedex entries. This ominous Pokemon is feared. Through cities it wanders, searching for the spirits of the fallen. It arrives near the moment of death and steals spirits away from the body. That's just one entry. Wait until you hear this one. The spirits it absorbs fuel its baleful fire. It hangs around hospitals, waiting for people to pass on. I mean, if a Pokemon stealing your soul to fuel its own life source isn't scary and isn't creepy to you guys, then you guys must have a heart of steel. After reading that in Black and White and Black 2, I literally wanted to cry myself to sleep. This is definitely one of the most scary Pokemon just because of that entry. Number 3. Alright, number 3 is one of those Pokemon that have just been around forever and is just widely accepted to be just a creepy dude. Just one of those Pokemon that is just accepted to be scary and probably haunted your dreams as a child. That's right, number 3 is going to be Gengar. With Gengar's creepy exterior, creepy look, and creepy smile, it's already enough to haunt your dreams and give you nightmares. But this guy's Pokédex entries are seriously one that is not to be laughed about. This guy is a stone-cold murderer. Sometimes, on a dark night, your shadow thrown by a streetlight will suddenly and startlingly overtake you. It is actually a Gengar running past you, pretending to be your shadow to steal the life of its target. It slips into the prey's shadows and silently waits for an opportunity. So this thing pretends to be your shadow and waits for a perfect moment to murder you. If that isn't scary, I do not know what scary is. Just imagine walking around and seeing your shadow jump up at you and murder you. That would seriously be the worst way to go. Talk about being scared of your shadow. I mean, you would really have a reason if this Pokemon was real. Number 2. Number 2 is on a whole scale of its own. This is just the unthinkable coming from Pokemon. I couldn't even imagine or even think or comprehend why they would put this Pokemon in a child's game. Number 2 is Drifloon. And I mean, this Pokemon looks innocent and sweet enough, but its cute exterior does not hide the monster that's inside. Just listen to this. It is whispered that any child who mistakes Drifloon for a balloon and holds onto it could wind up missing. These Pokemon are called the signpost for wandering spirits. Children holding them sometimes vanish. So Drifloon, this cute little balloon Pokemon that you think is just such a cute Pokemon. I mean, the first time I saw it, I thought Drifloon was the most adorable thing ever until I read all of that. Drifloon takes and fools children and abducts them. It abducts them. Like, what were you thinking, Pokemon, in creating this Pokemon or even giving it that kind of backstory? And that's why I placed Drifloon at number 2. Number 1. I know you guys are all expecting some amazing giant monster or terrible fiend for the final Pokemon on this list, but sometimes the scariest things come in small packages, and I mean, number 2 should be the perfect example of that. I mean, honestly, the big Pokemon in this game aren't the real threats. Once you get to looking at the smaller Pokemon and their Pokédex entries, it will leave you chilling. So number 1 on my list is going to be Duskull, and that's for one reason. This guy is just pure evil. Here's a combination of his Generation 4 Pokédex entries. It doggedly pursues its prey wherever it goes. If it finds bad children who won't listen to their parents, it will spirit them away, or so it's said. It loves the crying of children. It startles bad kids by passing through walls and making them cry. So this Pokemon abducts children, takes them to the spirit realm, it pursues people and stalks them and haunts them continuously. It startles kids. I don't even know if I mentioned it. It startles children for no reason, and it loves nothing more than to just hear them cry. This Pokemon is true evil, bottled up in a cute little gothic ghost type thing. I can't even understand. Duskull looks like such an innocent looking Pokemon, but once you read further into it, it turns out to be such a monster. If this Pokemon doesn't give you the chills, then you, my good sir, have a heart and a spine of steel. I know this video has been short, and I do apologize for that, but that has been my top 5 scariest Pokemon based on Pokédex entries anyway, not on looks. I know you guys probably have your own top 5, and it probably differs from mine, but you gotta keep in mind this is all opinion-based, and when I read all of these entries, it really did scare me. So that's why I included these Pokemon in this list. But today is Halloween, guys. If you're watching this video, go outside, man. Get some candy and dress up as your own scary monster and go scare some people. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below for some more top 5, top 10s, or whatever you guys want to see. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you all next time.